any of you guys have been watching the channel for a long time, you'll know that I stopped posting for like 5 years. This is the same four-wheeler that I bought 5 years ago, and it's been a great four-wheeler for me. Only thing I've done to it is just general maintenance, you know, your oil changes and whatnot. It hasn't really given me any problems. Wait, I take that back. Actually, I did have to replace the fuel pump after like 60 hours of riding. I didn't ride it that much. Definitely not enough to have to replace anything on the bike. But apparently, that is a common flaw with Yamaha's ATVs, from what I've read on the internet. But on the weird side is that I go to these ATV shops and they don't know what I'm talking about. But it's all over the internet, so who knows? Long story short, I did not go with OEM. I actually replaced it with, I think it was an all balls replacement, and it's been good so far. It's a little louder, like when you hear the initial, when it starts to prime, when you turn it on, that is a little louder than it was, but it doesn't seem like the bike's running lean. It's got all the same power. It's been good to me. Now this part is rough. Wow. I would have chose that side, but that just looks even more sketchy. And that is rough, dude. This used to be like a 4-lane highway up through here. Man, these rocks will take you out too. And on top of that, the same night, right after that mud hole, we come across this hill where it's kind of rutted out on the left and the right side. But I couldn't tell because my headlights aren't that bright and they were covered in mud. And I bottomed out twice going up a really steep hill. But this thing's geared so low that I didn't have to go down and restart. I just kind of backed down the hill a little bit, flushed my way out of it. This thing is an absolute monster on the trails though. I would 100% buy another one. My Lord.
My Lord. A snapping turtle.
Imagine being a turtle. Anyways. Yeah, let me know the kind of content you guys want to see. Like I said, I know everybody doesn't get to experience the same kind of trails that I do, and I'm thankful for that. I'd love to be able to showcase my area. I think it's worth showing, but you know, some people might not really care. That's okay. My original plan behind the channel is just to kind of document these trails. I never really meant for anybody to watch the content, but it seems that people actually enjoy it, which is awesome. But I made this account, I don't know, 7-10 years ago maybe. And like I said, I was just trying to document these trails as they changed over time. And, you know, being able to look back and remember trails that were there but aren't now, or even how to, you know, go down a trail that I haven't been down in 5 years. But if people like to watch it, it just makes it all that much better. Although I do wish that this camera would do these trails justice, because some of this stuff you can't tell on camera how steep it really is. I wouldn't say these trails are fit for beginners, but as long as you take your time, you know, most people would be alright. Like I said, it's just hard to say though, because it's all situational. It depends a lot on what you're driving. Like, even though we're both on four-wheelers, my dad behind me versus mine, very different four-wheelers. So you got to drive them very different. Now, if some of you guys are looking to get a four-wheeler, maybe you've never ridden before, leave a comment and be sure to like and subscribe. So if so, I'd love to be able to give you guys like riding tutorials, possibly how to navigate certain types of trails, or something like that, you know. So I'm lucky enough to be able to not only afford a four-wheeler, but have such a great area to ride in. And I just want to be able to share that experience with other people. This thing has so much torque, dude. The 700 is such a trail machine. Never rode a 450, but I'd love to see how much different it is. If I'm not mistaken, they both make about the same amount of power. But the 450 is geared for tracks. It means you got to keep it wound out. And the 700 geared for trails means I can literally put this thing in first gear with no fuel, no throttle, and it'll still pull me through the woods. And it has reverse. I love reverse. And you don't even have to like clutch up for a wheelie. It's just so much torque, it rips the wheels off the ground.